All right, guys, welcome to the channel. So today we're talking auto insurance, specifically about Tesla, because one question I get asked frequently is, hey, Teslas are pretty expensive to insure, right? So I guess that's obviously that's relative depending on your definition of expensive. So I want to go through what I personally pay for my Teslas, and especially because I have two. I have two Teslas. I have a 2015 Model S and a 2016 Model X, which the S and the X are the higher priced vehicles to begin with, but it's a 15 and a 16. Right now we're in 2021, so we've got a 6 and a 5-year-old vehicle, so they should be a little bit less expensive to insure than if they were brand new. But I want to go through that, so stick around. Let's talk numbers. We're going to talk about auto insurance for your Tesla. Okay, anytime you're talking auto insurance, you need to talk about the actual coverages and how it's broken down. For example, just to give you some information about me. So I'm 40 years old. My wife is 38. We own a home, so we have a multi-policy discount. We have auto, home. We also have an umbrella policy that goes along with this. And then let's talk about the individual coverages, because these coverages can be different for everyone. You can kind of customize your auto insurance as to your personal situation. So for example, my bodily injury liability protection, as well as the uninsured motorist and uninsured motorist body protection coverage, is $250,000 / $500,000. So $250 per individual, $500 per occurrence. Property damage is $100,000. PIP, personal injury protection, is $3,000. My comprehensive deductible is $500, and then my collision deductible is $1,000. Okay, and that's the same on all my vehicles. So I do have a truck on my policy as well, and I'll talk about that after I talk about the Teslas, but that at least gives you some idea. I also have on there roadside assistance and towing, but I also recently removed my rental car coverage. So like it'll pay $35 or $40 a day for rental car coverage. Quite frankly, if one of these cars gets totaled and it's my fault and I need my insurance company to provide a rental car, it's not going to provide me a Tesla. $35 a day is not going to buy me a Tesla. It's going to give me a small little car. And I have 3 vehicles, so I don't need rental car coverage because I can just drive my third vehicle that just is sitting there anyways. I have a truck I can drive. So like that's an instance of when you review your policy, see if you need the coverages that are on there, okay? So let's break down the policy or the coverages. So these are the coverages. Now this Tesla Model S, the 15 Model S, is the P85D. The P is the performance version. This has over like 700 horsepower. This thing is just a rocket ship. It goes very fast. And I want to show you how that works compared to the Model X, which is only a 90D. This is a non-performance version. So the performance versions have a lot more horsepower, a lot more torque, a lot faster acceleration. So let's talk about how much this policy costs me on a monthly basis. Okay, something else I wanted to point out, talking about the numbers here. So, like I said, I told you my age. So, obviously, sometimes the older you are, I have a very good driving record, no accidents, no tickets, no traffic infractions. Also, I live in northern Utah, so that's also where you live has a big determining factor on your rates. I live just 20 miles north of Salt Lake City, like in a suburb there, and I park my cars in the garage every night. They ask that kind of things when you're getting your auto insurance. So there's a lot of variables when it comes to your auto insurance and how it works. These numbers are going to change these numbers here: your bodily injury, property damage, your deductibles. Those are going to be the big things that are going to change on your that are going to affect your rates, and then where you live, and then how old you are. So there's a lot of things that go into this, but just to give you an idea how this works. So this car here, because it's the performance version, it's actually more than my Model X non-performance. So let's talk about the numbers. Now, guys, I have no agenda here. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I really just am trying to disclose information about my Tesla insurance and policies. So I have no reason to try to fudge the numbers or make up fake numbers. I'll even give you a screenshot of my actual declaration page with my information kind of blurred out, but I'll leave that at the end of the video. So for this Tesla Model S, my insurance is per year. I have an annually renewable policy, so It's every year it renews. So it just renewed a month ago. So this is my rates for the rest of 2021 and most of 2022. So the annual policy amount for the Model S is $696 a year, or $58 a month. So this Tesla Model S P85D cost me $58 a month to insure with this coverage. The company that I'm using is called Bear River Mutual. I don't know if they're in other states. I know they're a big one in Utah, but they have very good rates, and they do ask also, you can't be with them if you consume alcohol because they don't cover DUIs. So it's kind of like a, if you have certain lifestyle things, they'll turn you down. So if you can qualify for their insurance, they usually give very good rates. So $58 a month, that's very reasonable for this car. So this Tesla 2016 Model X has the exact same coverages, okay, no difference. It's a year newer. Okay, so the 2016 Tesla Model X 90D, it's all-wheel drive, has an annual premium of $693 per year, or you pay it on a monthly basis. Okay, so those are my numbers here. So they're very similar. It's only 25 cents difference per month for each of these vehicles. So I'm under $700 a year for each of these. So $58 a month, $57.75 a month for both of those vehicles. That's pretty reasonable, wouldn't you say? So at Tesla, this Tesla replaced a 2019 Honda minivan, and the premium was very similar to that one. So it wasn't a huge difference when we dropped the Honda minivan and picked up the Tesla, even though this is a, right now this 2016 Tesla is worth, probably mid 60s. This is probably worth $50,000 ish. So they're still, even though they're 5 or 6 year old vehicles, they still have a pretty high residual value if they were to be totaled, for example. So Teslas are pretty reasonable in my situation to insure. It's not any more expensive than another type of vehicle. I think because of the safety features that they have, the autopilot features, the collision avoidance, lane keep assist, all the safety features that they have, and low rollover risk, they're very safe vehicles, and so the insurance companies take that into consideration when they look at insuring these vehicles. Now, I don't have any numbers on a Tesla Model Y or a 3 yet, but this is what it's like for these two cars. So if you're looking at a used Tesla and you have good credit, you live in a moderately safe area where cars are not constantly getting vandalized or stolen, good credit, multi-policy, these are all those considerations in these rates. But for just over $100 a month, I'm insuring these. Okay, I do have a 2021 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. It's the Duramax, the diesel. The thing's a beast. It's been on the channel here. You've probably seen some videos, but I pay per month for that $62.75 for the Silverado. The 2021 Silverado, $62.75 for these same exact coverages. So my auto insurance is pretty reasonable, and it's really not that big of a consider. When I'm looking at a vehicle, I'm not really fretting over the cost of the insurance, because the insurance I have good coverage. I have good coverages, and I'm paying very reasonable prices. Now this is gonna fluctuate throughout the country. So, but what I would do is, if you're looking at a Tesla, I would take the VIN number of the car you're looking at buying, or any vehicle of that same kind. You can find VIN numbers on, if a car is selling on eBay or cars.com, you can look up the VIN number, send that to your insurance agent and say, hey, I'm looking at this vehicle with my current coverages, what would the cost be? They can give you a cost quote. That's what I did on my cars. I sent over the VIN number before I bought the vehicle, just to see exactly what the cost would be, and I was able to see. And when I saw that the cost for these cars were not any more than what I was paying for other cars. I had a BMW before this one. We had a Honda van. We've had a few other trucks. So so we've had some different vehicles, and the costs are not that significantly more or less one way or the other. So the bottom line, a Tesla's not going to be, for me, has not been any more expensive to insure than any other vehicle that I've owned, which is nice. I like the fact that they're taking into consideration some of the safety measures of these vehicles, and they're pricing that into that. So I'm curious to know what you guys pay, if this is similar, if you guys pay more, higher, lower. I don't know how this compares to around the country. I do have some family that lives in Las Vegas. Las Vegas has really high insurance rates, and I know they pay a lot more than what I pay for auto insurance. But I'm curious what your rates are, if you've had similar experiences. Leave down in the comments below. But anyways, hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this was at least informative or entertaining at least. But don't let insurance dissuade you from buying an electric car, a Tesla specifically, because from what I found, they're very reasonable to insure. And if your insurance company is going to charge you a higher amount, shop around to a bunch of different places, and because usually there can be a big difference between the highest quote and the lowest quote. You want to get good coverages. Don't skimp on your coverages, but get with a company that can understand the electric cars, the safety features they have, and price your policies accordingly. So anyways, well, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.